And so last year we actually started on the first Sunday of each month what we call Sankofa Sunday. And Sankofa is, of course, the Swahili term that means the way forward is back through. And so, what we do on our Sankofa Sundays is, in place of me preaching, we actually hear from one of our elders in the church. They sit down, they're interviewed by two of our youth, and they tell their story, and they get to share about how they have been able to overcome the challenges that they have and the role that faith played in all of that. And the Lord really just speaks to us through their lives. And it's been beautiful to see how then our young adults and our children are able to find elements in our elders' stories that connect to their lives. And so then they feel more connected to those individuals, and that helps our church to be more connected. And so then when we're making decisions as a community of faith, we're not just making it through the lens of a single demographic, but we're able to make the decisions that are going to benefit the spiritual formation of everybody, regardless of their physical age or their spiritual age.
Amen. I think that's very important that you figured out a way, because I think that sometimes in our church we don't, and it's pretty traditional where the segment of sometimes the young people think that the older people don't want to listen, don't want to do those things, and they think that the old and they vice versa. And I
Mm-hmm.
just think the lack of conversation, of dialogue, we don't have those things. When I was coming up, my grandfather and them, they'd be sitting out in the yard under the tree, and
Mm-hmm.
they at that time, they, kids were supposed to be seen and not heard. And my grandfather was a little different. If I was sitting there, and and I was always, I guess, acquisitive kid or something,
Yeah.
and if I would make a facial expression or something, he says, "Well, what you think you know about this?" or whatever else. And I think to sit back and listen, as an older man now, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
very important that you sit down and listen to these young people and glean what they do, and because they are the next generation of folks. And I noticed
Mm-hmm.
that somebody in the that's online right now, they said that about church on purpose. I don't know if this is one of your members, but they
Hey,
said,
Ashe.
I say discipleship, and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of say that's for myself. I believe in making disciples who can then in turn make disciples.
Mm-hmm.
And that only happens by you spending time with folks, giving them an opportunity to learn, make mistakes at times, and know that that's there.